Download, Hellfest, Rock and Ring, Rock and Park, and Wacken are just a few of the big European festivals that have catered to the immense crowds that gather to rock out over the course of several days. For many music fans, these festivals are a staple of every summer, with some people like us in the Ragamuffins even getting a large group together and making a big event of the whole thing. Seeing all these festivals back up and running recently had me thinking about past lineups and events that took place, and made me realise, what the fuck happened to Sonisphere Festival? Once a big staple of the summer, with some incredible lineups, with the festival not just being limited to one country, but held all across Europe over the course of each summer. From 2009 to 2016, Sonisphere was a fantastic alternative option for festival goers, and was an event that I nearly went to on a few occasions. With all this in mind, it had me thinking, what happened to Sonisphere, why did the festival stop taking place, and is there any chance of it ever returning? So let's start back at the beginning with a bit of history on Sonisphere. It was first dreamed up by John Jackson back in the 90s, and was brought to life at the end of the 2000s when he met with Stuart Galbraith, the CEO for Kilimanjaro Live, an entertainment promoter group of companies partnered with AEG Live. Together, the idea for Sonisphere was formed, firstly starting as a European touring festival spread across several countries, with the end goal eventually making it into a worldwide venture. Festivals would take place during the months of June to August, with the first run finally happening in 2009. The 2009 edition of Sonisphere consisted of 5 one-day festivals, with these taking place in the Netherlands, Germany, Spain, Sweden and Finland, with a big 2-day event in England to end the first run of dates. Metallica would be the headliner across the whole run, with a core group of other bands including Lamb of God, Machine Head and Mastodon appearing at each of the dates, and many other acts appearing separately at different venues. The success of this first run of Sonisphere dates would allow for it to expand in the years following, adding dates in Poland, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Bulgaria, Greece, Turkey and India, as well as returning to previous countries each year. Sonisphere would have the ability to bring incredible big names together for special appearances, including having the Big Four of Metallica, Anthrax, Megadeth and Slayer all appearing on a single day together as part of the UK Sonisphere in 2011. The festival expands with 3 days in the UK, with other locations such as Spain also increasing to become a 2-day festival. Sonisphere was growing each year at this point, but as it entered its anticipated 4th year in 2012, cracks were beginning to show in the sustainability of the festival. Kiss, Queen with Adam Lambert and Faith No More were scheduled to headline the UK edition of Sonisphere 2012, as announced in February of that year, with bands such as Mastodon and Glassjaw also being included. However, by the end of March 2012, just a month later, Sonisphere UK was cancelled. Organisers said they were unable to provide the festival at a good enough standard after previous years. Sonisphere would still take place in Poland, Spain, Switzerland, Finland and France however, with Metallica once again leading the way at the top of the bill for that run of dates. Following the disappointing lack of Sonisphere in the UK, a statement was made at the beginning of December 2012 that the festival would definitely return in 2013. However, by the end of that very same month, the event would be cancelled, with the festival citing a lack of available headliners of a good enough calibre as the reason for another year of no Sonisphere in the UK. Finally, in 2014, Sonisphere made its triumphant return to the UK for a 3-day run, as well as taking place in Germany. The Prodigy, Iron Maiden and Metallica were the headliners of the festival, with the fans even being able to vote on 17 of the 18 songs Metallica would play as part of their set. This brief success in 2014 was short-lived however, as this would be the last time that Sonisphere would take place in the UK. The 2015 edition only had 2 one-day events in Italy and Switzerland, and the final 2016 Sonisphere dates being only 2 days in Switzerland. After an existence with 8 years of festival dates, Sonisphere is dead. But why? As previously explained, many times the festival was cancelled due to supposed lack of legitimate headliners they could get to pull the crowds. It seemed obvious the festivals were costing a lot of money for the promoters. Yes, they were securing big bands to compete with established festivals in Europe, such as Download and Wacken, to make themselves legitimate from their debut in 2009. With rising costs of bands over the years, there would likely have been a big financial hit on Sonisphere and Kilimanjaro Live. After silence for a few years, Kilimanjaro Live CEO Stuart Galbraith gave an interview in 2018, providing an update on the future of Sonisphere. He mentioned that the amount of money being spent on Sonisphere was constantly being raised due to the cost of talent, as well as the price of just running the festival, quote, going through the roof. As a promoter, Kilimanjaro Live still continues to put on entertainment in varying sorts, with Galbraith comparing Sonisphere to other events and saying that with the level of return, they can run other events at 20% of the risk compared to the metal festival. He goes on to say that there is such a high risk versus return in the UK, but that they will continue to use the Sonisphere brand elsewhere in the world and only on a precision basis. Finally, Galbraith says that running a UK festival for a 70 to 80,000 capacity with a budget of $5 million or £3.5 million is a broken business model. Despite there being a world shutdown of music for the majority of 2020 and 2021, there haven't been any rumblings or rumours of Sonisphere returning in any kind of form, be it in the UK or anywhere across previous countries it took place in. We reached out to Kilimanjaro Live to see if there are any plans for any future Sonisphere festivals or events in the works, but sadly were met with no response. All that is left to do is to look back on fond memories of a short-lived but impactful festival that was able to provide another option for people who listen to alternative and heavy music to go, enjoy, and have a great experience. Would it still be able to come back and survive in today's climate? My personal opinion would tend to actually say no. Its premier competition is still Download Festival, which continues to dominate in the UK, with so many other festivals like Bloodstock, Slam Dunk and 2000 Trees being able to cater for music fans for this kind of genre in the UK and offer varied lineups. In Europe, Wacken, Hellfest and Graspop continue to attract crowds. The market is still competitive. However, with the reach that Sonisphere was able to find in countries like Spain and Switzerland and being able to expand past just having the one day, there could be potential for success in some areas. Sadly though, with this time that has passed, I think we've seen the last of Sonisphere. What do you think? Could Sonisphere survive in the modern climate? Did you manage to get to the festival during its brief history, and do you have any fond memories of it? Let us know in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for all things alternative and metal. We've come back from our own festival season, so have a look through and see our vlog footage from Download, Slam Dunk, 2000 Trees, plus many other great videos. We have a monthly podcast on YouTube, but also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts to listen to on the go, where we discuss the latest music, news, and relevant topics in the alternative and metal scene, so be sure to check that out too. Thanks for watching, and see you in the pits.